Hi, folks. Darin Holden here, Executive Director of Camp Anokijig, and I'm coming to you today from high above Little Elkhart Lakes waters in the new Centennial Lodge. And I am excited to say that it is finally here. Not just the Centennial Lodge, but the summer camp of 2025, our 100th season of camping here at Camp Anokijig. It's amazing. It's been a great summer so far. It's hard to believe that we're over halfway through. We just got done with our getting done here with our week 6, and we had made it through a big heat wave, and we had a great Renaissance day on Wednesday and did all things medieval. So this week's campers are diving into their Friday activities. The Friday beach party here is at the end of the day, and the final campfire and the award ceremony before they pack up to head on home. So as they end their week, now it's time to welcome your camper for session number 7. This week we are featuring Neptune Day. Been doing it for many, many years, and that includes the annual Neptune swim to the island and follows by a water Olympics. It's going to be a really great day. It always is. So we're anxiously awaiting your camper's arrival here for their outrageously fun session. Now, if you have a returning camper, you can expect that the check-in experience is going to be very much the same as last year, with the addition of a few improvements that we've been able to make to speed up the line on the road when you first get here, when you first check in. If you're new to Anokijig, or if you're older and need a refresher, keep watching and I'll let you know all the details you'll need to expect. Before I move on, I do want to address a little bit the tragedy that happened down in Texas early this year. Um, you know, we have all those folks in our hearts and minds and our thoughts. We hope you two do too. Um, Very tough to deal with that kind of a tragedy. It affects the camping world immensely. Um, and of course, it's caused parents to question what are our emergency plans in case something were to happen. So if you're interested in those details, be sure to watch the other video that we've attached to your email so that you can get all those details and hopefully you can assuage some fears about sending your kid to camp. We did get a chance to use our new storm shelter last week. It worked incredibly well. We had over 500 kids in there and everybody was safe. So if you think you've got the check-in details all down, you can feel free to click over to your favorite YouTube video of kittens or whatever your proclivity is. And we'll see you on Sunday. Otherwise, stay tuned and I'll take you all through it. All right, so let's talk check-in for your child. If you are sending your child to camp on a bus, on the email that you got sent will have departure times for your stop. Now, we ask you to arrive 15 minutes ahead of the time so we can get you all checked and loaded, keep the bus on schedule. The time is the time we're really looking the bus to actually leave there to keep that schedule. You're going to be looking for either a big yellow school bus with a big Anokijig sign, and otherwise, you'll be looking for a minibus, like a shuttle bus from the airport, that's all decked out with Anokijig logos. The staff on those buses are going to have labels to label your camper's luggage. They're going to collect all the last paperwork or fees or medications or trading post deposits. And then get off to camp to start their experience. Now, if you're bringing your camper to camp, in your email, you would have gotten an arrival window, a check-in time. Basically, we split the camp into 3 groups so that each 30 minutes or so, a bunch of the kids come in at once. Now, hopefully, this will get your check-in experience a little more pleasant and quicker, and we won't have too many people trying to check in all at once. We do ask you not to come earlier than your time slot. However, if you've got multiple campers, you'll be able to drop off at the earliest time slot. That's when we want you to come. Now, parking is always a premium here. So the schedule's been designed to get a certain number of cars in and out without having a big traffic jam. So if you do arrive early, we'll need to have you park in a little temporary lot until the space clears for you to enter and get to your camper's designated parking area. So when you come to camp, you're going to be met on the camp road by a member of the camp staff, and they're going to put a windshield tag on your car that indicates your child's living section. And they'll put another on your window if you need to turn in medications. It's there at that stop that you officially check into camp. They'll check off to make sure that you got everything in. Now, if you have all your paperwork and fees in, you're going to receive what we call the golden ticket. Everybody's wanted a golden ticket, right? Now, ours might be yellow or green, but that's our golden ticket. That you're going to present to the staff in the living sections when you get there to move your kid in. That shows them that you've got all your stuff in and there's nothing for the office to worry about. If you don't have everything in, you're going to receive a white placard on your window, and that's going to help the parking attendants direct you to the deck of Centennial Lodge, which is right in the parking lot where you're going to drive through anyways. And on that deck, the office folks will be there so you can complete any paperwork or fees, and then they'll give you a golden ticket to move on. Now, please note if you turned in your paperwork after about 2 p.m. today, which is Friday, the office staff will not have had a chance to verify the information. So it may show up on that list on the road, on their clipboard, as still needing to be checked in. We would ask you to make that quick stop at the registration table just to make sure it all is there, and then we'll get you quickly on the road. Now, for everybody, after you get past that road check-in and you proceed to the main parking lot, you'll be directed either to your child's sectional drop-off area or again over to Centennial Lodge where we have our medication turn-in station. Now, the nurses are there under a tent right underneath the deck, and it's really easy to get to. We do ask you to have your medications out of your luggage and that you remember that you need to turn them in their original container, whether it's from the store or the prescription. We can't do pill organizers because then the nurses don't know what they're giving. Now, after you take care of that and talk to the nurse and get that all taken care of, then you are also headed to your child's designated parking area. When everybody gets to those parking areas, the staff members there will direct you to a luggage trailer or a holding area for your child's luggage to go in if you'd like to put it there. On the back of that window sign is a map of camp. We're going to ask you to gather your child's bedding and swimwear. So again, have that out of the luggage. And you're going to walk to the section where your child is going to live. The rest of the luggage is going to follow later by the luggage people. Unless you want to skip that trailer and just carry it all to your section, you can feel free to do that also. Now, at the section, you're going to be met. You're going to meet with your child's staff. You're going to exchange any information you like. You're going to help set up their bed. And here's the tough part. Then you got to say your goodbyes and load up for a safe ride home. With that schedule of people coming in and out to alleviate traffic and parking issues and to allow our orientations to get started on time, we need to get the kids swim tests and all that good stuff. It's really important for your stay to be very brief, 5 to 10 minutes, in order to make that happen before you head home. I know it's tough, but we'll take care of them. Now, during the check-in, the campus store, our trading post will be open if you'd like to visit the shop. It sits right in the main parking lot. You can stop there and buy things, or you can make a deposit there if you choose. But if you do choose to go to the trading post, we ask you to leave your car where it was parked originally and walk there. Otherwise, it gets too congested in that tight area. Um, so when you go to leave camp, then take that window sign with you, because besides having the map of camp, that sign also has your check out time for the next Saturday. That one, instead of 3 waves, we do in 2 waves, one from 9 to 9:30 and one from 9:30 to 10. And in that case, when you come to camp, you'll swing by the med tents if you had any medications, and they'll bring them right to your car. And then you'll go to a parking area where you will find the kids there with all of their stuff, so you can very quickly get loaded up and get them on back home. We'll also send out an email, usually late on Thursday or really early on Friday, that'll remind you of those check out times. Now, included on that sheet also from your window is how to use the Bunk One email system so that you can send letters back and forth very quickly to campers. And it also gets you to the photo sites. Now, a word about the photos. Since we're way back in the woods, our internet is a challenge. Uploading photos takes a lot of bandwidth, and it often can take us a week or more to get them all up on that site. It should not be an expectation that you're going to see daily pictures of your child on the Bunk One picture site. We'll try, but I wouldn't count on that. We do try to post a small number on our social media, our Facebook and Instagram, a dozen or so each day, so you can get a bit of a snapshot of what's going on at camp. So if you need that, that's going to be your best source to keep up on things. Now, our biggest concern has always been your campers' safety and their positive experience. Having come through the pandemic a few years ago where we had to change all sorts of things, we learned the big thing we learned was that stressing that kids come to camp healthy is the key to make sure they're having fun and they're safe. We're glad we can run camp again as we did before in our free period format. And to this end, we want to make sure we can keep doing that. So we're counting on you to be the most responsible of parents. What we'd like you to do is to remember back when your kid was in elementary school or daycare, when they said that if your child was sick, if had symptoms, they were running a fever, keep them home until that's gone for 24 hours. Let them recover, and then they can find another time to come. So that's the same thing. If your camper has been sick in the last 48 hours from when they're going to arrive, so Friday here or Saturday, give us a call. Let us know, and we'll try to arrange something else. Maybe they can come a little later into camp. Maybe they can come Monday or early Tuesday, once those symptoms are past. Or maybe we can slide them into another session yet later in the summer. This way, we can keep everyone safe and everyone healthy. Now, I know that it can be a tough call to tell the kid they need to delay coming to camp, but we need your help to make sure we can keep everything safe. So we look forward to seeing you here on Sunday, ready for great adventures, outrageous fun, and the experience of a lifetime. Until then, we ask you to drive safe. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact camp. Our number is 920-893-0782. The email that you got this email that the video came in is actually my email, and I monitored it, and I monitor it on the weekend. So if you've got any questions, it's a great way. Shoot me a message. I'll try to answer your questions so that you can have a smooth sail here coming on Sunday. So, as said before, drive safe. We'll see you real soon. And as we say at Camp Anokijig, Rick